Funny thing about people, they never see it coming. They walk around like this world owes them more time, more chances, more comfort. But some of you were never built to stay here forever. You feel it, don't you? That itch under your skin, that quiet voice that keeps whispering when everything else is silent. It's not madness, it's not loneliness. It's the signal for the ones who don't belong in cages, who don't fit in line, who were never designed to die in the same city they were born in. You know what's funny? People think isolation is a punishment. People think sitting alone in a room, away from the noise, away from the applause, away from the sweet little lies, that's some kind of tragedy. Oh, but they don't see the art in it, do they? They don't see how silence can scream louder than any crowd. They don't understand that when everything is stripped away, the friends, the family, the fake supporters, that's when the real show begins. That's when you start to hear a voice, not theirs, not the world's, but yours, or maybe something even bigger, whispering in the cracks of your empty room. Maybe isolation isn't a cage. Maybe it's a stage. And maybe the lights are about to turn on. See, people will ask why you don't pick up the phone anymore, why you don't show up, why you've gone quiet. Oh, they notice. They always notice when the clown stops dancing. They wonder what happened. But they don't know, do they? They don't know that silence is where the chosen ones start sharpening their teeth, start piecing together their broken thoughts, start rebuilding the weapon the world tried to dull. It's lonely up there, it's supposed to be. They don't crown kings in crowded rooms. They crown them when nobody's watching. Isolation, it starts slow. First the invitations stop. The calls dry up, the texts come less and less, and then there's nothing. No noise, no distraction, just you, your demons, your dreams, and the question that burns louder than anything else. Who are you without them? Funny question, isn't it? Because most people don't have an answer. Most people only know themselves through other people's eyes. Take that away and they crumble like a house of cheap cards. But not you. Not the chosen ones. No, you. You start laughing in the dark. You start walking different, talking different, thinking different. You start seeing things for what they are, not what they pretended to be. The masks fall, the lies rot, the fake love evaporates, and there you are, naked truth, sharp mind, wild heart. You start to understand isolation wasn't rejection, it was protection. A gift. Oh, not a pretty gift with a bow and a tag that says congratulations. No, it's an ugly gift, wrapped in pain, tied in confusion, sealed with the tears of disappointment. But open it, and you find power. Because isolation, that's where transformation happens. Not on stages, not in spotlights, not in social media posts with hollow quotes. Real transformation happens in rooms nobody wants to sit in, with thoughts nobody wants to face, in moments nobody claps for. But that's where the monsters are tamed. That's where legends are born. That's where the world loses you, only for you to find yourself. People love to talk about destiny, about calling, about purpose, but nobody tells you the price. Nobody tells you that before you get there, you gotta lose everything you thought mattered. You gotta watch the old you die, slowly, painfully, piece by piece. And isolation, that's the coffin. That's where the funeral happens, and oh, how glorious that funeral is. See, when you leave, when you finally step out, when the world looks at you again, they won't recognize you. They'll whisper, "Where were they?" But you'll know. You were in isolation. You were in training. You were in war with yourself. And now you're ready for whatever comes next. So they think patience is weakness, do they? They laugh at the quiet ones, the ones who wait, the ones who sit back and smile while the world spins itself into chaos. Patience, it's a joke to them. They call you lazy, they call you lost, they call you forgotten. But what they don't know, what they'll never understand, is that patience is the deadliest weapon of them all. Patience is calculation, it's strategy. It's knowing the world plays checkers while you're busy playing chess with time itself. You see, anybody can rush in, anybody can scream and fight and beg for attention. That's easy, that's loud, that's the fast food of ambition. But the chosen ones, the real ones, oh, they move different. They wait when others rush. They watch when others react. They plan when others panic. And while the world is busy running in circles, they sit in the corner sharpening their mind, building their fortress, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Patience hurts. Oh yes, it hurts like hell. It burns in your chest. It whispers in your ear at night. Give up, give in, take the shortcut. But you smile through gritted teeth because you know shortcuts lead to nowhere. They lead to empty victories, hollow thrones, crowns made of dust. And you were never born for that. You were born for something heavier. Something that requires the kind of patience that makes lesser souls crack under the weight of waiting. People mock what they don't understand. They'll say you're wasting your time. They'll call your silence defeat. They'll say you're too slow, too late, too forgotten. But little do they know, patience is the art of letting fools exhaust themselves. Patience is the science of letting your enemies dig their own graves while you sit back and sip on time like fine wine. See, patience isn't passive. Patience is dangerous. Patience means you mastered the art of controlling yourself when everything inside you wants to explode. It means you've stared down your demons in empty rooms. It means you've smiled at rejection. It means you've danced with loneliness. It means you've been through storms that should have broken you but didn't. It means you know your time is coming, not by luck, not by accident, but because you've been building in silence. It's a beautiful thing to watch those who mocked you slowly realize you were never asleep, you were never gone, you were never weak. You were patient. You were gathering your power. You were letting life stack the odds so high against you that when you finally rise, the world will have no choice but to look up in shock. Patience turns nobodies into legends. Patience turns the quiet into the feared. Patience turns forgotten souls into stories whispered in every corner. They won't see you coming. They won't believe what you've become. They won't understand how you survived, how you thrived, how you became untouchable. Because you were patient. While they talked, you listened. While they ran, you walked. While they fought for crumbs, you built your own table. While they laughed, you smiled. While they showed off, you stayed hidden. While they burned out, you stayed burning within. And when the day comes, oh, and it always comes, when the world finally sees you standing there, calm, unshaken, powerful beyond their wildest imagination, they'll say it happened overnight. They'll call it luck. They'll say you changed, but you'll know you didn't change. You just waited. You were patient. You trusted the process. You trusted the timing. And when nobody else believed in you, you believed in your patience. That's the joke, isn't it? The world thinks patience is weakness, but patience, real patience, that's what makes monsters. That's what makes kings. That's what makes legends impossible to kill. Ah, power. Funny little word, isn't it? Everybody wants it. Everybody dreams about it, but nobody really understands what it costs. Oh, they think power is loud. They think power is standing on stages, shouting through microphones, swimming in attention, soaking in applause like a thirsty animal crawling through a desert. They think power is in gold chains, big cars, luxury houses. They think power is having 100 people calling your name. Fools. All of them. They don't get it. Real power. The kind of power that makes the ground shake when you walk. The kind of power that silences a room without saying a word. That power comes from places no one dares to look. Power is born in pain. Power is carved out of suffering. Real power doesn't glitter, it bleeds, it starves, it cries in the dark where no one is watching, it waits in silence, it grows in isolation because power, real power, is not given. It's built, brick by miserable brick, day by lonely day, night by terrifying night. See, everybody wants the crown, but nobody wants the scars. Nobody wants the sleepless nights. Nobody wants the betrayal. Nobody wants the anxiety. Nobody wants the pressure crushing their ribs every time they try to breathe. But that's the price. That's the currency. That's the deal. The world doesn't hand out power like candy. No, it buries it in the fire and dares you to walk through it. People don't get it. They see you now. Maybe you're quiet. Maybe you're unnoticed. Maybe you're invisible to the world. But that's where it starts. That's where the real ones are made. In the background, in the shadows, in the forgotten corners. The world keeps its eyes on the loud ones, the show-offs, the fakes, while the future kings and queens sit in silence, sharpening their minds, hardening their souls, waiting for the perfect moment to show what real power looks like. And it isn't pretty, no. Real power isn't some clean, polished trophy. Real power is dirty, it's bruised, it's blood-stained, it's forged in disappointments, in rejection letters, in closed doors, in fake friends, in lonely rooms. Power comes from breaking and building yourself again from the pieces, stronger, smarter, cold. Power makes you lose people. That's the ugly part they never tell you about. You'll lose friends because they won't understand your vision. You'll lose love because they won't survive your hunger. You'll lose your old self because the new version of you has no room for weakness, and that hurts. Oh, it cuts deeper than any knife, but it's necessary. Because real power needs space. It needs silence. It needs sacrifice. And once you've paid the price, once you've survived the fires, once you've crawled through the mud and wiped the blood from your face, something changes. Something terrifying happens. You become untouchable. Not because you're perfect, not because you have everything figured out, but because you've seen darkness and survived. You've faced monsters and smiled. You've been abandoned and kept walking. Power isn't in control, it's in self-control. Power isn't in dominating others, it's in mastering yourself, your anger, your fears, your desires. Power is sitting at a table with people who doubted you, who betrayed you, who laughed at your dreams, and smiling because you no longer need their approval, you no longer care for their applause. Because real power is freedom. Freedom from needing anything outside yourself. And when you reach that point, oh, they'll notice. They always do. They'll look at you with wide eyes, confused, scared even. They'll whisper, "Who does he think he is? Who does she think she is?" But deep down, they'll know. They'll know you're not the same. You're not from their world anymore. You've built yourself in silence. You've earned your scars. And now you walk like somebody who has nothing to lose. Because you already lost it all and survived. That's power. Not in the chains, not in the noise, not in the spotlight, but in the quiet, in the storm, in the moments nobody sees. That's where kings are born. That's where legends rise. That's where monsters are created. Ah, timing. Such a delicate little thing, isn't it? A twisted game of seconds, moments, missed trains, closed doors. People walk around like time is their best friend. Like every day is promised, like tomorrow owes them something. Oh, how funny, how absolutely foolish. They don't even hear the ticking, do they? They're too busy scrolling, too busy sleeping, too busy wasting their breath talking about dreams they'll never chase. Tick, tick, tick. But the clock, oh, the clock never lies. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. Time doesn't cry when you lose. Time doesn't clap when you win. It just keeps moving, cold, heartless, honest. And here's the catch. Every chosen one, every rare soul marked for something greater, they always get a moment. One moment, a window, a crack in the system, a heartbeat of opportunity. But most people, they miss it. They're too busy complaining, too busy waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect conditions, the perfect support. They think their moment will come gift-wrapped. They think destiny shows up like a polite guest knocking on their door. No, destiny doesn't knock. Destiny kicks the door down and waits to see if you're ready to fight for your life. Funny thing is, life doesn't warn you properly. No, it whispers. It tests you. It shows you a glimpse of the life you could have, then it pulls back and watches. Watches if you're desperate enough, hungry enough, mad enough. People say, when my time comes, I'll be ready. Oh, will you? Will you really? Because time doesn't care about your readiness. It doesn't wait for you to heal. It doesn't wait for you to stop crying. It doesn't wait for you to get over your heartbreak. Time gives you a window wide open And if you hesitate, if you blink, if you second guess, it slams shut right in your face. And that's the tragedy of most people. They pray for doors to open, but when it does, they stare at it like cowards. They want signs, they want guarantees, they want someone to hold their hand, they want safety. But power, real power, doesn't come with a safety net. It comes when you jump while your legs are shaking. It comes when you move while your heart is breaking. It comes when you take a risk with no backup plan. That's how chosen ones are separated from the crowd. People love to talk about faith, about trust, but faith is useless without action. Trust is dead without courage. The universe isn't going to babysit you. God isn't going to sit there forever waiting for you to grow a spine. If you're chosen, if you're marked for something rare, understand this: you don't get unlimited chances. You don't get forever. You get a moment. And that moment might feel terrifying. It might come wrapped in problems. It might come disguised as pain. But it's yours. It's your test. It's your fire. And what you do in that moment, that defines you. Not your prayers, not your dreams, not your talk, your decisions in pressure, your bravery in silence, your movement in fear. That's what the universe watches. That's what life respects. And if you run away, if you let fear grip your throat, if you sit there waiting for a miracle without moving, well, there's a line of people behind you ready to take your spot. People don't understand how brutal life is, how savage time moves. You sit still for too long, life assumes you're done. It assumes you've given up, and it moves on. It gives your blessing, your position, your breakthrough to someone else, someone hungrier, someone who doesn't care about comfort zones, and that is the harsh reality no one wants to say out loud. And that is the harsh reality no one wants to say out loud. You want to share the light of agitation until no one. You want the crown, you want the freedom, you want the life most people only dream about? Then understand, time isn't your friend. Time is your opponent. And it's faster than you, it's colder than you, it's smarter than you. The only way to win is to stop hesitating, stop doubting, stop waiting for permission. The window is open now. The moment is here now. And once it's gone, once it slips through your fingers, you don't get to rewind. You don't get to beg for a second chance. You don't get to cry about lost time. People think being chosen means comfort. They think it means red carpets, shiny lights, and applause waiting at every corner. They think being chosen means the world will suddenly be soft, gentle, welcoming. They laugh louder when you enter. They cheer when you speak. They clap when you breathe. Oh, poor little dreamers. They don't understand what being chosen really means. Being chosen is not about luxury. Being chosen is about isolation. It's about standing on a bridge that's burning behind you while the rest of the world watches from a distance. It's about walking into storms while everyone else hides in shelter. It's about carrying weight that would crush ordinary souls. People want to be chosen until they feel how cold it gets, until they realize chosen ones don't belong anywhere for too long. They outgrow rooms. They outgrow friends. They outgrow conversations. It starts small. One day the music doesn't sound the same. The jokes don't land anymore. The places you once called home feel too small for your mind. And slowly, piece by piece, you begin to drift. You begin to feel like a stranger in your own life. That's the first sign. That's how you know. But the real game, oh, it gets better. Because after isolation comes resistance. People don't clap for the chosen one. No, no, no. They criticize, they mock, they question every step you take. They whisper, who do they think they are? They wonder how you change so fast, how you suddenly look different, speak different, move different. And you feel like screaming, don't you? You want to tell them how hard it's been, how you've been bleeding behind the scenes, how you've been building yourself in silence. But no one cares, not really. The crowd doesn't care about your suffering. They only care about the show. And here's the cruelest part of all. Being chosen means you get tested harder. Life doesn't go easy on you. Oh no. Life throws heavier stones. It shakes your world without warning. It rips people away from you. It closes doors that look perfect. It breaks your heart again and again until your heart doesn't break anymore. Until it turns to armor. Until it beats without fear. That's how chosen ones are built, through fire, through loss, through rejection, not through comfort. But people love to pretend they want this life. They copy the words, they mimic the style, they borrow the courage of others. But when the storm comes knocking, they hide, they fold, they beg for easy roads. They want the crown but not the scars. They want the title but not the responsibility. And that's why the universe laughs at most people, because being chosen isn't about talent. It's not about looks. It's not about luck. It's about survival. It's about endurance. It's about how long you can keep going when there's no audience, when the lights go out, when the applause fades. You see, being chosen means you don't wait to be rescued. You don't wait for someone to come save you. Nobody's coming. No white horse, no fairy tale ending. The only one who can save you is you. The only one who can carry the dream is you. The only one who can face the monsters in your head is you. That's the game. That's the dirty little secret no one likes to say. And here's where it gets even better. Being chosen means you start to see through people, their masks, their lies, their games. You notice the ones who smile with knives behind their backs. You see the fake love, the empty promises, and it doesn't break you anymore. It amuses you. Because once you've been through the fire, once you've lost everything but yourself, nobody can touch you. Nobody can manipulate you. Nobody can control you. You've become dangerous, untouchable, rare. And that's what scares them most. Not your money, not your success, not your words, but your mind, your spirit, your refusal to give up, your ability to stand alone, to laugh in the face of chaos, to keep walking when the road disappears beneath your feet. Because chosen ones don't follow maps. They don't need directions. They don't need approval. They make their own way. They write their own story. They create their own kingdom out of ruins.